Hi, this is Adam with Small Town Machine Shop, and today we are going to finish this. As you can see, I have sourced a belt, so it only needs to come out. I loosened the motor, that's why it's pulling, but only about that far to tension it. So I think what we're going to do is get the head all put together. I need to put the two tapered pulleys on it for the variable speed. I need to get that drawbar thing the guy made out of it for lifting it. And we will assemble the stack here by putting the pieces of the motor right there and there back together. We'll get that all buttoned up and get the head all done, because then all we need to do is put the tensioning system and wire it in. So let me get this off of here and I'll bring you back. Okay, so I have the motor assembled. This is caged. I got the two bolts in here to suck this together for removing it purposes. That's our sliding part. And once I put it in there, I'll undo these two socket head cap screws, and that will spring this to tension the belt. Got our belt in there. Top plate on. I still need to put this little cover on top. So I'll set up the camera, and we'll put this guy up in there. I got the other drawbar out, and then the headstock is done, ready to go. So then we'll get the motor wiring situated, and we'll go from there. Okay, let me get you set up. Okay, I just put the head on off camera, and I'm glad I did, because that was a frustrating battle, and many inappropriate words were said. But the belt is in there. I uncaged the pulley, so it's in there. Spin everything around, make sure it's all good. We're bolted up. You see, looking nice and straight. So next I'm going to wire it. I'm just going to put a box. There's some pre-existing holes right here. Electrical box there. So let me get that buttoned up. And for the tensioner, I'm just going to weld a nut on there with a long bolt through it. So let me get that done and I'll bring you back. Okay, so I got the tensioning setup figured out. What I'm going to do, this piece of flat stock, weld it right in there. So it's touching flat on this foot. I took one of the old steel C-clamps I got, and you have to watch it. A lot of C-clamps are malleable iron. The really old ones are cast iron. This one was, I believe, steel. So I cut it off, and I buy those. You see them all the time, C-clamps with stuff welded to them and all that. So I picked those up too for purposes such as this. So I cut it off. I'm going to weld that to this upright, and that will push on that guy. Push the motor away. Simple and will work. Because as this tightens, it swings away. So I wanted something that had a pivoting foot. So this seemed like the best choice. So let me get that welded up, and I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm just going to put a few, tacks on it. Yes, I know it's a motor. I'm not going to put a bunch of heat to it. Literally, all it is something to push against. There'll be very little stress on it. So let me get my gloves. There we go. Now I'll go on the other side and weld on the push thing. I'll try to get you set up over there. I'll bring you back. Okay, that was a little fidgety to get in there. So let me walk around real quick and get that tacked in. Okay, I'll do a little more welding on it. We'll let it cool. Let's see how it came out. Okay, everything's cool to the touch. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Kind of hurt my thumb the other day, so we'll see here. You go up there, and of course you pop off of this. In you. Okay. Take the belt around top. Okay. The belt is on. Now, let me switch hands here. It is tightening. Excellent. It works. See, that's coming right nice in the middle, and because that's pivoting out, this pivots with it, so it's still got full contact with it. I thought that was pretty ingenious on my part. So, belt is installed. The motor is tensioned. Heads all put together. It's got a drawbar and a tool holder in it. All we have to do is wire this, and we are good to go. So let me start that process, and I'll bring you along. Okay, so I'm working on a bracket to hold the switch. I didn't want to drill any more holes in the machine, because everything else would be in the way of adjustments. So I found an angle I like, so I welded this on. I'm going to cut this back here, probably about right here at this angle, and weld a plate on to hold the drum switch. That'd be nice back out of the way. And I like to have my on-off switches on the same side as, you know, here's the power feed and the most of the feeds. So that way I'm right here. So let me get that cut, and we'll cut a small plate for the drum switch, and then we can get to wiring. Okay, sorry about the glare. Got our arm welded on, plate welded on with the bolt holes in it. So this guy bolted there, nice and out of the way, back behind everything. Then all we gotta do is run some wires, and we can flip that switch. Super excited. Okay, let me grab some wiring stuff and we'll go from there. Okay, and we are done. The motor is wired in. I've got the back cover off in case the rotation doesn't match the switch position. I can swap 2 wires in there. Got our switch mounted. I really like where it's at. I need to find the handle for this, and I'll go get the handle for that. But there's really no reason we can't kick it on right now to see how it does. Okay.